the car to drive to Alabama. And I was like, nope, don't want to go. And school's out, I want to hang with my friends. I'm the only people, my brother and I, that had to leave our friends to go somewhere else. So I was not happy. The whole ride down there, not happy. And I voiced my opinion. Probably every exit, okay? And then the moment we pulled up in Mobile, Alabama at 758 Augusta Street with the weeping willow trees down the street and grandma would be outside with her big bosom, I was like, oh, I'm so happy I'm here. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not happy I'm here. So I was defiant. Had a point to prove. But all that being said, love got lost somewhere along the way for me. Okay, and so when I'm asked to speak about my story and my journey, I tell it exactly the way it is. I'm not taking something out so that it makes you feel at ease. I'm not here to make you comfortable, and I'm not here to make you uncomfortable. I'm here to tell my story.
Tell it.
My story, I know, will liberate somebody else the way it liberates me when I speak about it, because it is cathartic to speak about issues in your life. So my southern mama would always tell me, okay, you don't need to be telling everybody you got an A. Like, stop bragging. You got to be quiet about it. I'm like, why? I worked really hard to get this A. I want to tell everybody, But I was always told to be quiet. Along the way, my journey was the first time I was molested. I was about 8 or 10 years old, somewhere in there. My mama told me I could go to the store, to the library. I was a big reader. Notice I said was. I loved it at some point. So my little sister was just born, and I wanted to go to the library. My mom said, I can't take you down there right now. And I said, well, I can go by myself. I know where it is. It's just right down the hill, Mommy. And she's like, yeah, but no, I don't want you to go. Eventually, I talk her into it, and she said, okay, go straight to the library. Don't stop. Well, you got to pass the grocery store on the way to the library. So I passed the grocery store. People know me in the neighborhood. My nickname is Bika. Hey, Bika. I'm like, hi. Go in the library. I do what I have to do. Check my books out, do some reading. On the way back home, I said, I want to buy my sister these animal crackers. Remember the little box?
Yeah.
The little bars on it and the little strap. It was a purse too, right? And so I go in the store to buy these animal crackers for my little sister, and this old white guy is in the aisle. And he walks up to me. He's looking around though, bizarrely. And he said to me, hey, getting cookies? I said, yeah, I just had a little sister. My mom's home with her right now. And he said, well, are you here with anybody else? I said, no, I'm by myself. I'm a big girl. And he's like, perfect. So he asked me for a kiss. And I said, and then he said, come on, give me a kiss. And I'm thinking, he's an adult, respect your adult. So I was like, teeter-tottering, ended up putting my cheek to him, and he grabbed my face and put his tongue down my throat. And I remember what I was wearing that day. I remember that day exactly, right? 2 long braided ponytails on each side, high ponytails, a red boat neck collar, shirt, t-shirt, long sleeve, olive green basketball shorts. Remember back in the day when you went to the gym, they had real shorts that were shorts? Now they're like down to your ankles, the shorts. So I had those on and some Converse sneakers, and I remember I dropped the animal crackers and I ran all the way home. And I ran in the door, and the first thing I did was go in the kitchen, turn the water on, grab the the Dawn soap, and poured it in my mouth. And I was rinsing my mouth out. And my mom came in the kitchen and she goes, what's wrong with you? And I told her, I said, this guy in the store put his tongue in my mouth. He kissed me. And she looked at me and she said, good for you. And I don't believe she meant it like that. She was angry, but that was the start of something where I felt dirty. And moving on, I went away to college to be a doctor of veterinary medicine, and I was so proud to do this. And my aunt, who I'm named after, lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and she talked me into going to Tuskegee instead of going to Cornell University. And I went there, and her husband raped me my freshman year in college. And so I became a recluse. My freshman year on campus, before that happened, I was like, what's up, everybody, what's up? Then it turned into, hey. Then it turned into, I may not go to class today. Then it turned into me sitting in my closet in a fetal position, holding my knees and cursing God out. Not understanding why he would do this to me, because I always had these big, grandiose ideas. And that seemed very tangible to me. They were very tangible. And they dissipated at some point. And at some point, I lost self-love. I got it back at the age of 42. Football saved my life. So I'm going to jump into my football thing, because the football portion is a big portion of my life as well. But I will go back and say, when I was yelling at God, asking him, why me, why me, why me, why me? I didn't get it still. My roommate came home, and something had happened to her, and I was consoling her. And then I looked up, and I was like, I think I understand now. That's where the story starts for me, with, I guess, embracing everybody else, because it feels good to me to do that, right? It's my natural duty to do that, my innate duty. So as a little girl, my dad would tell my brother that we can go outside and play football. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going too. And we played football in the street. At some point, my dad heard about this team called the Long Island Tomahawks. The Long Island Tomahawks, they had red and white uniform, they had their helmets and shoulder pads, and I'm thinking, oh my God, there's a team, let's go. Right? And my dad said, no, you can't, because they don't let girls play. I just didn't understand it, because to me, it wasn't about a girl or boy thing, it was a sport, and I played it every day in the street, so I was denied to play football. All that being said, there was no more football in my life except for looking at football games on television. At the age of 42 years old, now mind you, I'm 5-time rape survivor, 5 times. 5. My uncle raped me a second time while I was at Tuskegee, in Atlanta. Then I got home that following summer, and I was walking to the store to go buy some liquor and to hang out with my brother's friends. And on my way back, somebody grabbed me from behind, and I thought it was my brother and his friends being silly. And when I kind of got a gist, a look, it wasn't my brother and his friends. It's number 3. All right, number 4 was someone I knew that drugged me. Yep. Number 5, which is actually probably 10 more times, but I add him as only 1, is a big star that I was dating. You know all of his music, he's old school, and he was drugging me. I didn't understand why, because I'm an adult, we were doing adult things, and it wasn't a problem for me. There you go, but I started waking up every morning not remembering from a certain point when I got on the elevator to the hotel room. After a concert, we were all having a good time. I remember everything up until the elevator, and then I would wake up with no clothes on. And it started happening too much, but then I was like, well, we drank a lot. Maybe I was just, we always put it on ourselves, right? Yeah. So I called him one day and I said, hey, I don't know what's going on, but every time I'm with you, I don't remember anything anymore. What's up? I never heard from him anymore. We used to speak on the phone twice a week, probably 3 times a week. Never heard from him anymore, right? So I had to deal with all of that. I'm putting the pieces together the best I can. He doesn't know I'm coming for him now. Like I'm coming. Yeah. I'm coming. Yeah. I'm armoring up. I'm armoring up, and I'm getting my team, and I'm coming. And I'm coming hard too. I'm coming in hot. So now, moving forward, there's no self-love. I'm hanging out with all the wrong people, knowing I'm with all the wrong people, right? So life is not, people, you just can't look at Sharon and say everything is golden and great. Or look at you guys look great, right? But there are things that work great that happen. That's right. Okay? But there's a build-up to that. That's right. There's a build-up. And I call it the only way out is through. That's right. Well. Right? So I take on fear head first. I was talking with some women, I think, the other day, and we were talking about how when something's going down, I don't know what it is, but a lot of us, I know I do, I step into it. What now?
Yep.
You know, most people go, oh, something's bad gonna happen, they kind of step back. Nah, I'm like, what's up?
New York. Wow.
And I can put my head down, but my eyes are still right on you.
Wow.
Okay? So my life has changed. It's transforming every day, and God wants me to see all these things that He's putting me in a position for, because I'm not just His servant, I'm His servant warrior.
Yeah.
And He knows that.
Yeah.
And He knows all my scars are here for you.
Yes. Yes.
So I was at home, and I was talking to them once again. Now, do you remember when Oprah Winfrey was on 5 days a week?
Yeah.
Okay. So now she's on 5 days a week, and she always has some random white lady doing something great for other people, right? Helping the world, baking cookies for cancer, I don't know. Feeding the puppy, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would always start crying because I'm not going to say emotional, I'm very passionate. People use emotional like that's a bad thing. It isn't, by the way, but I'm very passionate about stuff. So I cry, I don't mind crying.
Me. Come on now.
In my strength is my weakness.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You buy it together.
Yes.
They don't come separate.
Yes.
Okay? So I was saying one day, I said, God, please make me important one day. Give me a platform so I can help other people. And I noticed how I said that. Make me important one day. I didn't feel important. I really did not. I said, make me important one day. Give me a platform so I can help other people. I didn't even think I was worthy to help other people.
Jesus.
And I wanted to so bad. I was a chick that would stop if you dropped something and you're 3 blocks ahead of me and I'm going this way, but you went that way. I'm like, oh, all right, let's go. She needs me to get this for. Right? Every guy doesn't help the woman up the staircase in the subway with her suitcase or her heavy bag, and I go upstairs. I'm like, y'all, but see, I say something. I'm like, none of y'all boys, help this woman with her back. You know what? I'll do that for you.
Wow.
I go down the steps. You go down the steps, looking back and go, shit. Some people need to be called out.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a teachable moment. Right? I don't know if they'll all get it, but somebody's going to get it. I got to take that opportunity. I believe in OPP, not that stuff. Opportunity, purpose, and passion. Okay? And I live my life like that. Okay, I digress. All that being said, I'm praying for years and years and years, and I kept saying, God, you're not answering my prayers. You're not answering my prayers. I'm going to tell you, it was a 5-day-a-week prayer because Oprah was on. I didn't think about it on the weekends for some reason. Oprah wasn't on the weekends. And for years this went down, and I started getting mad again. Why aren't you hearing me? Well, he did hear me. He was setting me up.
Well.
You know, you got to practice first, right? You need practice. You just can't go to the game. You got to practice. And by the way, nobody practices to be a backup.
Well, you better say it.
I'm going to say that again for the people in the back that didn't hear me.
Yeah.
Nobody practices to be a backup.
Well.
Okay? So he gave me a whole lot of practice. So now I discovered women's pro football. I'm sitting on my couch. The real estate market, I did that for almost 20 years. I made a lot of money. And I was happy, and I was doing it the right way. My dad had said to me, you're not going to be really good at real estate because it's cutthroat and people are vicious. You won't be good at that because you're not that kind of person. And I said, it's okay, I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And the way I did it was I took good care of you.
Right.
I wasn't just trying to make a sale for my pockets. It was, you may not want this building because it's not safe after 9 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Well, that's it.
You're going to move on to another. You might not buy anything right now.
Right.
But it's the right thing to do.
Well.
So I had clients coming out the woodworks because they knew I would take care of their daughter when she graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Their sister or whomever. So I did make money. I used to be proud. Say, hey, Dad, look at this check. This one says $47,000. You know. So, and these were, it was a good time at some point with the money. But in my heart, I wasn't happy. I really wasn't happy. And football came to be. The real estate market crashes. And I had all this time on my hands. Now, if anybody knows me, I go all in. Oh, I don't start. I have to be passionate about something. You can't tell me to do something and think it's going to be great for me. It ain't. You're going to wish you never asked me. But if it's something that I align with you, I'm like, oh, we're going to crush this. Yeah. Right? So I work all the time, and I love what I did. Now I'm at home, and I'm like, this is insane. I'm used to being home, like not doing things. So I'm smoking a cigarette, and I was drinking a beer. It was a 40 ounce. Look, I go big, I'm just saying. So, I mean, I'm grown, I own my apartment. I'm a grown woman. Okay. I'm looking on the computer, and it said, Women's Pro Football Last Team Tryouts. And I'm like, word?
Yeah.
That's the truth. You know? But then I'm like, let me reread this, right? So I read it again, and I'm like, this is for real. So I took a sip of my beer, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just drunk. Maybe this is not. Because they don't let girls play football, especially women. This can't be true. So I finished the beer, and I finished that cigarette, right? I go back to it. I'm like, oh, I'm going to these tryouts. That's what's up. I took the cigarettes, I threw them out. The beer was empty, there was no more in the fridge. And I start, you know.
Yes.
I'm going to these tryouts.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself, you're not going to make the team because you're 42 years old. Clearly you smoke cigarettes for years and you drink 40 ounce. So you're not going to make the team, but I did owe it to myself to experience it. To see women playing football.
40 for 40.
Helmets on, shoulder pads, cleats. What? I'm going.
Yeah.
I worked out every day up until Saturday morning, right? So now,
Because Oprah wasn't on.
Sports athletic regiment routine ahead to be getting the team ready, okay? So they said you have to wear cleats. And I'm thinking, why the hell would I have cleats? You know, like, why would I have cleats? Football cleats. They're crazy. I'm like, so I'm not going to buy cleats, I'm not going to make the team. So I wore snow boots.
No boo. No boo.
Because they had deep traction. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see cleats are like this, you know, and so I didn't have any. So I looked at all my sneakers, they were pretty much bald, because I just kept my sneakers forever. Right. So then I looked at the snow boots, and I was like, oh, well, shoot, these got traction. And I was like, no excuses. You know, the devil was trying to keep me from not going. So then, athletic gear. I'm like, well, this is January, it's freezing outside, tryouts outside in Brooklyn, it's gonna be cold. The only athletic gear I have is the cute tight stuff you wear to get a boyfriend at the fitness center. So I'm like, I'm not wearing that. So I found some thick sweatpants, they had a hole in the crotch. So I took an ex-boyfriend's basketball shorts and I put them on top. I got red sweatpants with a hole in the crotch, blue Knicks basketball shorts on. I got a Tommy Hilfiger sweatshirt with holes under the armpits. I don't know how I got holes in the armpits, I don't know. I really don't. I'm still boggled by that. I will figure that out at some point in my life. So I'm layered up, and I'm like, I'm going to these tryouts. And I get there, and I'm still thinking I'm not going to make the team. And it was okay. I didn't need to make the team. I just needed to see you women doing this.
Yeah.
So I get out there, and I saw all these coaches yelling at like 45 to 50 women with their helmets on. And they're on a football field. And they had their clipboards and whistles. And I was like, oh, I'm making this team. I was thinking about it. Let's say I'm going to make the team. I made that damn team. And guess what? It was funny because while they were giving us the football drills to do, I had turned into someone that was so strong and so laser focused. I didn't recognize him. We're best friends to this very day. That strong Collette and I are good friends. And we had to let go of the weak one, you know. Because all due respect, if you want to fly, you have to get rid of dead weight. So I had to cut off that weak Collette and pull up the strong Collette. And I've been operating my life like that ever since. There's no turning back for me. You know? Crazy thing, which is not crazy at all. Remember I said to God, give me a platform, make me important so I can help other people. The first thing I did after I got my uniform and put it on and showed my father, he said, you're crazy. I said, no, I'm not. Was call up some high schools in the neighborhood. I said, I'm coming out to talk about women playing football. Because I knew if it changed my life as a 42-year-old woman, what it would do for a young black girl and a young black boy. Because see, now these little black boys are not going to grow up and be misogynistic. Because they've already heard about women's football when they were little. We're all winning here. That's the point of this retreat. That's the point of our lives. That's the point. That's my destiny. The destiny in me is greater than the storm around me.
Well, you better say it.
So, I wasn't the greatest football player, but I liked to lay you out if I could, right? Because it was legal, and I had a lot of frustration. A whole lot of frustration. So, I would get out there, and I had to be a scholar of the game. Because these younger girls that were playing, these girls are playing in their 20s. And if they were in their 30s, they had been playing sports all their life. The only sport I loved was football. So there were no sports in my life. Besides occasional tennis. And I didn't love it. It was all right. But these girls were playing sports, basketball, soccer, football for years. And I was like, what the heck? And it was beautiful surrounding yourself around Wonder Woman. Because Wonder Women, the thing is, for me, there has been so much turmoil, I was always in search of sisterhood. And the men that I dated, I was in an abusive relationship for years. Domestic violence survivor, bad. I was doing drugs. I was drinking way too much. I was partying pretty much every day to escape whatever pain I was in. So God gave me football to show me that from pain to power. And so after football practice, and I made the team, so they had to call me and say, I made the team. And I said, okay, well now I gotta start eating oatmeal and stuff. I don't even like oatmeal, but it's healthy. Wait, do I have a bottle in the freezer? Let me see, I got a bottle in the freezer or something. Nope, didn't have any liquor in the freezer, okay, be good. Bananas and stuff and working out, and I was doing that. So I said, okay, I have to call people that are gonna call me that's going to entice me to come hang out and hit the streets. I knew that was gonna happen. The devil always comes knocking, especially when you're strong. Okay? He always comes knocking because he wants to keep you at his party. So I decided to make the first phone call, and I'm gonna have a really hard time doing this because I'm gonna tell this guy don't come to my house anymore and bring no stuff. And I'm like, but I might want some stuff later on. So I'm conflicted here, what should I? And I was like, nope, go all in, Collette. So I called him. His name is Mike. And I said, I called him, he's like, what up, Collette? Yo, you hanging tonight? Yo, I got some good stuff. I was like, word? Don't bring it here. In fact, lose my number. Because I'm blocking your ass anyway.
Yes.
And he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you. So now I get off the phone, and I'm thinking, I'm literally standing there like this.
Yeah.
There's a cape. It's blowing in the wind. You know, I'm on top of a mountain. And life felt great. So I said, well, heck, I got a lot more phone calls to make. Let's get busy. So I called up everybody in the phone. Then there was only a few people in there. And I was like, dang, I ain't got no friends. I said, wait, Collette. Those weren't friends to begin with.
All right. Yeah. Amen.
It's time to start over. I love starting over. In football, we call that reloading. You mess up a play in practice, I can say, Coach, can you reload that? Yep, I can do it again. So I'm reloading. Now I got a whole bunch of sisters.
Well,
Right? The right kind. Okay? And so I've been paying it forward. So now when I go to visit these schools in black community, God was like, damn, she's obedient. She is keeping her word. And he said, I'm not done with her. That's when he brought me to the NFL. Okay?
well,
I'm coaching in the NFL.
well. All right.
The first black woman to do it. And as our great vice president says, I'm the first but not the last.
That's right.
Right? I'm up here sweating and I got goosebumps at the same time. Coming in hot, baby. So it feels good to love life and again, you know, and I owe my little girl self so much. Like I owe her everything.
Yes.
You know, my little girl self, I miss her. And I didn't just let her down, the world let her down.
Yes.
Right? And so the things that I'm doing today is for her.
Yes.
You know, the one that would climb the tree, the one that would give the homeless guy my french fries, even though my dad beat me because he was like, that was my last dollar. I can't get you no more french fries. I worked really hard to do that, but he would be mad at me. You know, but he said, you have a good spirit, but I'm barely hanging on, keeping a roof over your brother and your mama's white head. And you giving away our food? But that's just my nature.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, and so now I get to be a grown woman and pour into, tap into my nature, you know, and do things the right way. And, you know, me not dimming my light helps other people light theirs.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
So there's one thing, like, I don't want you to be good, I want you to be great. You know, you got to be great. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to God. You owe it to your family. You are the daughter of the Most High.
That's right. That's right.
He wants everything good for you. Everything good for you. You know, God put me in the game to change it. Okay? He had me be the first. Okay? So now we're playing by a whole different set of rules. And guess what the rules are? Whatever I want them to be.
All right now. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't I a woman? So join the church.
That girl
Ain't I a woman? You know, and so for me, my life is not predicated on what other people think of me or what they have for me in mind. You're not putting me in a box. I do a good enough job of that by myself. I don't need you to add to it. Okay, I got my sugar in my box already, and I have a whole bunch of boxes, and I jump from box to box to box, and then sometimes I got a foot in this box and a foot in that box, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. You know, so I'm playing by my rules now, and it's vitally important to live like that. I remember I was in Portland, Oregon one day, and I was doing a speaking engagement, and it was like the size of a football field. And all these, after I was done, I mean, I pretty much came this close to doing push-ups on the stage in heels and a dress. But God tapped me and said, go all in. Go all in. Get off stage. People are looking to get pictures and autographs and stuff. This white woman says to me, she goes, oh my God, you're so great. I've heard you speak before and I heard you were coming here, so I had to come out here. I said, oh wow, that's cool. Thank you so much for that support. It's very kind of you. She said, but, and I'm like this, here we go. I quickly was like, God, look out for me. Give me grace, give me grace, Jesus, give me grace. And so she said, you always talk about Black youth empowerment. And I'm like, right. Remember I said, what did I do? Yeah? Sure did. She says, but again. I said, oh God, now give her grace. Give it to her. She gonna need it. She gonna need it. She said, but what about the white kids? And I was like, quickly, give me something, God. And he did. He answered. He said to ask her if she had children, and if they go to, does she send her white children to schools in the Black community? And when I asked her that, her immediate response was like, no. I said, damn. And until you start busing your white children to Black communities, I'm going to keep talking Black empowerment. And have a nice day. I called her Becky. I had to bring a little old Collette out. I did, I had to. It's better than calling the other beads. So it was fine. You know, but there's so much work that needs to be done. And I'm up for it. My sleeves stay rolled up all the time. Right, because it's about empowerment for us. It's about loving on yourself. Like there are days when I have that are really, 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 really hard. And I have to get up, and then I don't want to. But I want to. But I don't get up. I just keep laying there, but my brain is like fighting. And then I have to say, get up, girl. Get up, girl. You are worthy. Get up, girl. You got this. Get up, girl. Only you can do it the way you can do it. Get up, girl. Get up right now. You are a child of the Most High. Get up. God got you, girl. You better get up. Don't you hear me talking to you? Get up, girl. Get up. Get up and get your life together. Get up and start today. Start right now. Get up, girl. Then I get up, and then I'm ready. I'm like, woo! We're about to have a good day today. You go pass by that Bible, read a couple passages, go brush your teeth, and you start making phone calls.
Yes.
You start making those phone calls, and you strategize. You got to strategize. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. You just can't go in cold all the time. You got to have a plan. My plan is to make you listen to me and see it my way. And I'm going to do that by telling you, I see it your way. But here's a better way. If we work together. Right? Because you got to start talking to them the way, you know how I'm My mama would say you get more flies. Right? So, interestingly enough, my dad says to me, he goes, you're always fighting something. You're always doing something. You're always in something. He goes, take a second out for you. I said, this is for me. This is for me. The first time I got arrested protesting for the rights of Black folks, I was in college. And I called my dad. I was in Fort Apache, Central Booking or something in the Bronx. We were fighting for Blacks to get jobs. I was very proud of that. I'll do it again, too. I called my dad from jail. And I said, Dad, you never believe where I am. He goes, I believe you're in jail. So I said, well, are you going to come get me? He was like, nope. Now, my dad are cool. We tight. He's always looking for a teachable moment, right? So he doesn't get me. I'm in there for like 3 days. It was the weekend. The judge ain't back till Monday. I'm like, well, see? And see what I'm saying? You gotta plan things out. Had I known that, I would have protested on Tuesday. Always gotta be thinking. So I get home on the subway and the bus. I live in a 2-fare zone. It's the subway to the bus. Then it's about a long walk to the house. I'm like, geez, man. I get in the door and my dad is sitting there in the same spot. He's looking at me and he just goes, now, to give you a visual of my dad, I call him the light-skinned George Jefferson. Looks just like a light-skinned George Jefferson. He not too fond, he don't trust the others too much. You know what I'm saying? And he walked like this too. He doesn't just come over here because he needs something. He can't stand. I'm like, you looking for wind behind you? Like, what are you doing? So I get in the house, he looks at me and he's like, damn. And I said, what? You know, and he goes, you know, you try to take care of everybody else. You need to start taking care of you first. He goes, don't you think if you had your college degree, you'd be in a better position to help people? And I said, that sounds cute. I said, but the problem is right now.
Yes.
It's right now. And he said, you ain't no Angela Davis. And I said, you're right. I ain't Angela Davis. I ain't Martin Luther King Jr. I'm not Malcolm X. I am Collette V. Smith.
Yes, yes.
He smacked me in my face.
I know he didn't.
Pop! Go upstairs. I'm like, I'm grown. Go upstairs. Yes, sir. Right? And take a shower. You know what I'm saying? This time you can't drop the soap, you know. But the thing is, you know, to me it's about we are people of greatness. Mm-hmm. We are that. Okay? Yeah. Our ancestors are that. That's Who right. am I not to be greater, not just for me, but for them?
That's right. That's right.
Well,
right? Imagine everything that our ancestors suffered on the ships.
wow.
I think about that from time to time. I am here to show you that your life was worth it for me.
That's right. Come on now.
Yes.
For our ancestors.
Yes.
And our children deserve to know. Our children today, little black girls are thinking that they're not pretty unless they have on everything fake.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
Instead of embracing exactly who God created you to be.
That's right.
There is nothing more beautiful than to be home after a shower and you wipe off your makeup and you sit there and you can hug yourself.
That's right.
And say, I'm beautiful.
yes.
I want that for my little black girls.
Yes.
Okay? It's fine to put makeup on sometimes. But know your beauty is inside.
That's right.
Yes, yes, yes.
We got work to do.
Yes.
Because they want us to feel unworthy.
That's right.
They want us to think we don't got it going on.
Yes.
That's right.
They are taking away our American history.
Yes.
So that they can keep stepping on us even more. They twisting their foot like we a cigarette butt. Get your foot off of my people.
That's right.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's right.
So everything I do is purpose. Everything. Everything. And I will say, I know I'm here today. It was intentionally purposeful. God has everything ordered already. And I needed to be here. Mm-hmm. My mom passed away Thursday night.
Jesus.
And the 23rd, she died around 9:15 p.m.
Jesus.
And I've been taking care of my mom and my dad for years. And she used to be the most elegant woman in the whole world. She never left the house without her pearls on, cashmere sweater, pencil skirt, and stockings.
All right, mama.
If you saw her in a t-shirt, she'd be like, oh my gosh, so embarrassed. Right? And to see her defecating on herself, forgetting how to chew, forgetting how to swallow, losing her hair. I mean, it's been a nightmare for years. And I started praying to God last year, and I said, God, just take her. Just take her. And he took her Thursday.
Jesus.
And I'm at peace. It's still hard, but I'm at peace. And I remember I was talking to my dad. I said, Dad, well, I'm going to have to call up my soror and let her know I may not be able to come down Friday morning. And my dad said, what is it? And what is the event? I said, it's a women's retreat. Black women's retreat. We're going to be fixing each other's crowns and lifting each other up. And I'm starting praying together, ministering to one another, empowering each other. And he said, well, hell, you need to go. He goes, shoot, I need to pack a suitcase. So I'm here.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
God be all the glory.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And it's interesting. Years ago, when God talked to me a whole lot, like a whole lot, and I used to always have questions. And I grew up Catholic, and we go to church and we would do the Stations of the Cross, right? And I would always say to my grandma in Alabama, I was like, this is so mean. Like, why would he do that to his son? Oh my God. I don't know where I'm at with this. And my grandma would explain to me the best she could, and I would say, I said, my dad did that to my brother. I don't even like my brother. That's a little extra. and so I would have these questions, then I would get it. Then I would have other questions, and then I would get it. In other words, I kept circling back to Jesus. I kept circling back to Jesus. And it felt good. And so then I was embarrassed at some point to talk about God out loud, with the people in the street, or the grove, wherever you are. And I may want to say, well, God would, but I was like, no, if I keep saying it, you're going to start calling me the church lady. And I was embarrassed about that. Then one day I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, 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 God. And Jesus. How about that? Mary, all of it. All the people.
All the people. All the people.
And it's amazing how your world opens up. When you start listening and paying attention to God, it just works. And when I was praying one day, and I was like, you always have me helping somebody else. What about me? What about me? What about me? And I was angry. I'm angry a lot, y'all see, right? But I work it out. It's therapy for me. Yes. It's therapy. And I'll say, what about me? What about me? You got me helping that. And mind you, I was obedient. I'm helping everybody. And I like doing it. But then I'm like, what about me? Who's going to help me? Oh, my God. No one's here for me. And then as I kept arguing with him, I dropped to my knees quick and hard. And I said, you are giving me exactly what I need. Because I am my most happy when I'm helping somebody else.
That's right.
He gave me exactly what I needed. I just had to look to see it.
Yes.
Eyes wide open right now.
Thank you, God.
Eyes wide open.
Thank you,
And I'm
God.
proud.
Yep.
And I love me. It took me 42 years to love me.
Wow.
And I'm not looking back anymore. Not doing it.
Amen. Amen.
I know that everything that I do is to benefit somebody else, which actually benefits me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the greater I get, the greater we get. Like even with my women's football team, I went there with my team so I could play. Yes, of course, I love football. But then they were playing small. We're here to be not good. We're here to be great. Right? I went there to be the best football player ever. And then the team was doing the same thing, but there was more to it. They looking through a little hole. But I got the panoramic view on.
Yeah.
Panoramic view was to show games. Nobody's in the stands. Your daddy, your boyfriend, your neighbor. We sold 7 tickets. You know what I mean? We've been training since January. Our season starts in April, and there's 7 people in the stands. For real? I got broken fingers, my back hurt. Somebody better come to this game. And the people that need to be at this game the most are girls.
Yeah.
Why are we not reaching out to the schools? It's like, come on, get a bus, come on out. And everyone's like, oh, brother, here goes Collette again. The team was mad at me all because I was always like, and we should also. Oh, I thought about this. And I'm like, oh, the news is coming out. So who wants to be on the news? Everybody hang up when they want to be in the news. Nobody putting the work in behind the scenes. So then I stopped telling them when the news was coming. But these grandiose ideas to me, that they weren't grandiose, they were grandiose to them. To me, they weren't. See, God doesn't give everybody the dreams that He gives you.
Thank you, God.
You have a dream when you're sleeping because it's your dream. It's for you.
Yes, God.
And if somebody can't understand it,
God.
it's not supposed to be.
For them.
It ain't for them, it's for you.
That's right.
Yes, God.
So things that I felt were normal, they were like, she extra.
He over the
Call me extra all you want. I don't care. I'm pushing forward with my plan nonetheless.
That's right.
Then the stands start getting filled up. Okay? They all happy and smiling. I'm their best friend now. Back up. Right? So now, the owner of the team decides to make me the director of marketing, PR, and promotions and events. And that sounds cute, right? But there's no paycheck. Right. So all this women's pro football, you think that we get paid? We don't.
Wow.
And in fact, we had to pay to play.
No.
I had to buy my own helmet. I had to buy my jersey away and home. I'm like, damn, we had to. Why we gotta change the jersey? It's cheap. If we just buy one jersey. It was a lot, right? You know what I'm saying? From 28 to 82. Put me on the roster twice. You know what I'm saying? But we had to pay to play. But that shows you how much we had love for this. It meant something to us. I dare you to find an NFL player that says you won't get paid. Just play and train and practice and do all the healthy things, and we're not going to pay you. There will be no football, no NFL at least. Come on now.
That's true.
Women, we doing that. That's who we are. Women. So I start calling up the New York Jets because that's my favorite team growing up as a kid. I like the Giants, nothing wrong with them, but I like the Jets. So I start calling the Jets up. Long story short, they call me back, but it was after a gazillion phone calls. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna wear you out. I'm gonna wear you out. You gave me, see, when I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. My word is my bond.
Yep.
Now, I spoke to somebody, he goes, I'm gonna call you on Wednesday next week. You better mean that, because I got your number now. If you don't call me, I'll be calling you. Well, he didn't call, so I called him. I'm gonna wear you out.
Damn.
So he calls me up. I had an attitude that day with the guy. The vice president of operations called me. I had an attitude because I get these men that would call me and say, do you women play on a real football field?
No.
Oh yeah. Do you women use a football? Do y'all have uniforms? Yeah. One guy said, do you guys play on a 100-yard football field? Like a real one? I said, no, we don't. Because a regulation football field is 120 yards. Because there's 10 yards in each end zone.
Yes.
Right? You gonna learn today? So now the phone rings, and it's a guy, unknown number. I'm like, here we go with some crap.
Questions.
So I had an attitude, and then the guy said who he was. I'm the vice president of operations for the New York Jets front office. I said, oh, hey, sir, I'm sorry. Hi. So he goes, you know, I've been hearing a lot about your team and you advocating for your women's team. And I said, thank you very much. And he goes, you female athletes are amazing. I said, hold up. When there's a guy that happens to be an athlete, no one says, oh, he's a great male athlete. So why are you calling me a female athlete? I'm an athlete. We are athletes, period. So he goes, well, you know, I'd like to help you guys out. I know you would like some help. I said, absolutely. He says, what do you need?
Everything.
You asked me a question, I'm answering. So I whipped out my scroll, right? Because why not? Closed mouths don't get fed.
Amen.
So he said, okay, I can help with this, I can help with that, I can help with this. He goes, and also I want to have you come out to football practice, the Jets practice. And I'm thinking, I don't have time for that, I'm busy. I said, you see, I'm a director of marketing, PR, promotion, events, coaching the women. You know, I got real estate on it. I don't have no time to come to a game, Kiki. Then when I thought about it, I was like, well, you know what? I could go there and learn to be a better coach for my women's team.
Yes.
So you see, I didn't go there for me. I went there for my team, and I was, oh, you know what? Let me be around, see what they do with the defensive backs, so I can bring that back. I ended up with a job.
Amen.
So I get there to this practice. My dad is like, call me. Are you driving? I said, I'm driving. He's close. I'm like, I'm close. And I get there, I turn off the phone because my dad kept blowing it up, right? So I see the head coach of the New York Jets, Todd Bowles. It was a black man. There's very few black men that are head coaches in the NFL because they don't want us to know that we're great.
Wow.
So I see him, but I know if I'm on a football field with my women's pro team, you better not come over to me because I'm thinking, I'm strategizing. So I'm not messing with him, right? I'm giving him his respect. The general manager, his name is Mike McCagnon, the GM for the New York Jets. He comes over. I knew him. I've been at events and he's been there, and I'm always talking about my women's team, He walks up and he goes, oh, hey, Collette, how you doing? How's the team? How your women's team doing? I said, we're good. The coach could hear it. I know he could hear us. And I know he's wondering, how does my GM know this random black lady that's on the sideline? The vice president of the New York Jets walks by. And his name is Neil Glatt. Neil Glatt comes up. He goes, oh my God, hey coach, how you been? I said, I'm good, Neil. How you been? He goes, I'm good. He goes, how are the New York Sharks, the Sharks, right? I said, yeah. He goes, how are the Sharks doing? I said, we're undefeated. We're the North Atlantic champions. You know, I'm coaching. Right? So now the head coach is like seeing his GM and his vice president. Like, so he comes over and he starts talking to me. Long story short, the coach says to me, he goes, so you play football? I said, yeah. I said, I'm coaching now. He goes, really? What position did you, are you coaching? Did you play? And my response was, the same position that you played when you were at Temple University. Preparation. I'm not just driving in my car because I'm excited to go. I did my homework. It's called research. So he looks at me like,
Let me find out.
yeah, what's up, bro? You know? So now we talk a little bit more. He said to me, you know, whatever you need, let me know. Get it. Pull out the scroll. So I just simply said to him, I said, you know, I want to know where the defensive backs are, the DBs. That's, you know, where I coached and played, and I want to hang around them ultimately today the most. He quietly says, and there's 3 football fields of practice at the training facility in New Jersey. He just quietly goes, DBs, they come running over. Reeves, Kamara, I mean, they come running over and they take a knee for him. And I'm standing there with the head coach, and The head coach looks at me like, you good? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Thanks. So he said, she's gonna be hanging around from time to time, let her, make her feel comfortable. I said, thanks. So the bell rings and you go off to practice. And I'm up here now. I'm just supposed to be a spectator.
Right.
But I can't help myself.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. When I need to jump in, I jump on in. Right? I'm only helping.
Real?
Some of them ain't doing it the right way. So I would be on the sideline and I'd be like, you need to come out your break quicker because that's why you're getting beat. I'm like, shit, this guy. Look, dude, you need to be in attack too. I think you need to slide. You a little more. Okay. Right. Next thing you know, so the coaches now, they have the playbook, and the playbook, they put up a play, and they let the guys see it like this, and you run up and you look at it. Why I start running over the I was on the team before I was on the team. Because to be greater, you gotta know you're great already. Right? And I'm busy telling the guys, y'all got that? Okay, they're good, they got it.
Wow.
So, if you don't use your voice, to power in your voice, your talent will go unworked, unnoticed. It won't be in the world to help somebody. Okay? So now the end of practice comes. Coach goes to me, the head coach. He said, did you have a good time? I said, oh yes, sir. I had a great time. And he goes, yeah, well, come back anytime you want. I said, for real? Then I changed that to, okay. I'm not showing no signs of weakness. I'm not showing any signs of, oh, you having, how to be a good one for you. No, you got the right one. And you the right one for acknowledging the right one. Okay, kudos to you. So then he goes to walk away, and he goes and he turns around and he goes, you know what? You should work for this organization. I said, wow. You right. Look, then you gotta put your hand in your pocket. Yeah, you right. And he's like, next time you come back, like bring a resume or something. Just, I said, okay. Wow. The first thing that went through my mind was, damn, I hate resumes. I gotta do a resume now. Shoot. I bet you I didn't. So I get to the car, I call my dad up. And my dad goes, oh my God, how was practice?
I got a job.
Right? He's asking me questions, but he's answering them. All right. Stand people do that. You all right? So you had a good day? You good? How's your day going? You good? How was your day? Can I answer you? Jeez. So I said it was great. I said, well, Dad. Guess what? I said, can you believe this? The head coach of the New York Jets said I should work for this organization. Can you believe that? Dad, can you believe that? Dad, can you believe that? My father said, Collette, now my nickname is Bika. He never calls me Collette. He said, Collette, I can't believe it.
All right.
Goes on to say, but I'd be more proud of you if you believe it.
Yes.
I chewed on that the whole way home. I chewed on it. That's why my organization is called Believe in You Incorporated. I want to give to every little black kid what my dad gave to me.
Yeah.
Right? We're not building one, we're building a whole army across America and across the country.
Yeah.
So, life has its way of showing you things, and you figure out your way. You navigate through. God is my navigation system, right? I'm on autopilot, right? So I love knowing that for every man and woman too that ever told me I could never play football,
Say that. Say that.
let alone coach in the NFL,
Yeah.
I'm going to say to you right now, I tackled my naysayers in a full onset blitz with deep field man coverage.